Hey Citium, and I'm back to playing Dwarf Fortress. Right now we are still recovering from the troglodyte raid. My soldier is apparently, well, my only soldier is apparently not moving and not doing anything. I'm not sure if he got injured, although when I enter his description and health, there is apparently no health problems with him, so maybe he's I'm uncautious. I'm not sure about. Yeah, he started moving right now, but he has no activity. I suspect it's because his barracks still, well, they have the bed, but it's still not a barracks, so let's assign that to barracks. Let's make him sleep, train, keep squad and individual equipment there. And yes, now he's going to a combat drill. Also, there is already door. So when I have more beds, I already do have two more. I'm gonna put them into the hospital because there is at least one patient with broken bone. I think it's two patients, but one of them is getting his bone set at the moment, and I have no thread, and also I have no cloth for wound dressing. Although here's some cloth, but it's not in a dedicated stockpile yet, so I will have to create a stockpile for cloth. I'll just put one really fast here next to the ammunition stockpile. Doesn't have to be too big, but let's make it this big, not too small, not too big, and maybe this will make them carry the cloth to the stockpile and then to the hospital. Also, they suspended construction of bed. No reason given, although in the message, so I'm not gonna worry too much about that. And this area is getting digged out. This is gonna be the dining hall. After that, expedition leader fought someone, by the way, with a troglodyte. Yeah, but that fight is over. Yeah, so this is gonna be the dining hall. I'm gonna place some tables, place some thrones in there, and after that I will send them to look for some flux stone, so I can finally start producing some steel. Although it doesn't look like there's any flux stone on this in this cave and its layers, so I will have to go a little bit deeper, and I shall do that right now. Anyway, let's assign digging of this tunnel already. Let's say I will go to level -30. They should finish this dining hall first anyway. Also, would be nice to have a manager soon, because manually assigning them to do these jobs is pretty annoying. So let's make an armor stand already for our nobles, a weapon rack, and water's cabinet. That's what they require usually, or some coffers, and then maybe a statue. I could make a statue out of silver. What are they smelting, by the way? And there's no tetrahedrite anymore. There's hematite, and there's gold. So let's smelt gold and then maybe I could create some gold statues or other goods that could be traded, for example. Yeah, there's a trade depot already. Would be nice if they took all these bodies of the troglodytes and put them on the corpse stockpile that is outside. Although that's probably for some reason not going to happen, so I will make a little room here as another corpse stockpile. Also, I would like to see if there is any, if there are any webs in these caves. There is some webs, cave silver silk web, so I could be getting a looming labor soon, gathering threads and making that into cloth. That's gonna be useful for my hospital. So I will dig out a really small area here for 1 or 2 looms. I don't need any more of them, and eventually the dwarfs will see it done. Also, let's furnish this little area. Well, not so little, but this is going to be our dining hall, and this shall make them happy, because they won't have to just eat anywhere, and they will be able to enjoy the meals in one designated area that later on I'm gonna make pretty. So this is a meeting area. I don't want to make it into an inn, because getting too many visitors can be annoying, and I don't want entertainers as visitors. They are useless, and they only, well, there's only a risk they will start a brawl or something, or do something stupid like that while being drunk, so I won't be inviting them. Elven caravan. Well, elves almost always have shit trading goods with them. The only good thing they have is animals, but I'm too poor to buy animals from them, so not gonna bother with that yet. Also, there's another layer of caves discovered, so I will cancel the digging designation on these levels, and let's see if it's worth it to enter the second cave layer or so. No potential enemies arrived on the unit tab, so I'm just gonna go around it for now. Later on, of course, I'm going to explore it, but right now I am looking for Flux stone, and there's no Flux stone here, so I'm gonna go deeper just a little bit, like level 40. That's probably objectively deep, but I still see no Flux stone, and it means I cannot make pig iron and then smelt pig iron into actual steel. So that's what I need at this moment to arm my military in actual steel armor. And for now I'm not bothering with iron armor. I'm only gonna do that if I'm desperate and have no access to steel. So I can make, by the way, one of the farmers, or for example beekeeper, into weaver, and this means he should, in his free time, he should be using this loom and to gather spider silk from the caverns and turn it into thread and cloth. That's gonna be useful for my hospital, because right now they cannot dress wounded. And does it look like okay, I have a visitor of Monster Slayer, so this one I'm going to accept. He's actually going to go down to the caverns and hunt monsters just like troglodytes, so he is going to be useful, not like an entertainer who is absolutely useless to my colony. Also, this course stockpile is getting finished. I'm gonna put door here, so they won't have to go through miasma from dead bodies while they pass this narrow corridor. Also, this is tetrahedrite. Yes, it is. So potentially more silver for me. Just because there is tetrahedrite, I will make this area slightly bigger, just so I can get a few more ores of that. And well, it's silver, so it can be turned into statues, into goblets, and all like luxury stuff that is going to make just make dwarves happy and increase the general value of this colony. I've seen them carrying dead troglodytes from the underground, so they are actually using this small stockpile outside, but the main stockpile is going to be underground. Because, oh sorry, because I'm already digging out that area. So here I go with corpses, and they can always continue digging here, looking for more tetrahedrite for silver mainly. Let's see how this tunnel is going. The only one is able to dig at the moment, but soon he is going to make this entrance a little wider, so the other one can also start digging. Let's see if the beekeeper is no, the beekeeper is not gathering silk yet, but he will when he's nothing better to do. So that will happen eventually, because he's just a beekeeper and herbalist and a farmer basically, so they don't need to plant food all of the time, only at the start of the season, and then just gather what they have on this farm, what has grown up. Human pikeman is visiting, so potentially another monster slayer that will join the colony. I will try to get them, as many of them as possible. A gremlin, drive it away. Yeah, gremlins are not really that dangerous unless you have some devices that can be activated by them. They can like put levers and they skip traps. So this is how they are actually dangerous, but they are not fighters. So I'm not gonna bother with him right now. Also, this is a Flux stone, and you can see it's, well, it has like another icon. So right now I will designate them to make this area wider, and also they can cancel this here already and just dig me some Flux stone. So finally I'm gonna go and create some steel, and after that steel armor. So yes, another monster eradicator petitioned the colony to join it, and once there is some flugstone lying on the floor, just like now, I can go to one of the smelters and assign making pig iron. Right, here it is. So let's make pig iron. Here let's smelt some more hematite, and here we already have making charcoal on repeat. So first I get a lot of pig iron, and after a while I will start making steel. Would be nice if there was, for example, some coal or other resources in this area, since I'm digging it all out anyway. But yeah, I guess that would be just a luxury, and it's probably not gonna happen, but let's see. Probably just some useless gems. Well, maybe after some time they will have some uses, but right now they are useless. What's that? Sphalerite. I think that's a low value gem. Not sure. I will check that later, but off camera. I'm not gonna bother right now with googling this stuff. We'll just do that later. Also, yeah, we have more beds, so let's place these beds for now into the dormitory. And after I will increase the number of beds in barracks, just so eventually I have 10 of them. Right now I have 8. Also a container, a coffer will do, and that's it for now. I will start furnishing one of the noble rooms soon. The first one is going to go to the manager, who is going to make my job much easier while creating, well, all of the stuff I am creating here. Also, a lot of golds already have been smelted, so the only thing I'm a little worried about right now is that I will run out of coal, out of charcoal. So usually you can find coal as bituminous coal or lignite on shallow layers, but so far I've seen none. So I will have to do some scouting, some probing of the rocks to find coal. Probably there will not be a lot of it, but we'll have to see. This guy is drinking in the main water source underground, and it would be good to protect it somewhat, but to do that I will need cages to make traps, place it all around it, and well, it's an expensive endeavor, at least for my current standards. We have some migrants, which is exactly what I need at the moment. So the first one is a woodcrafter. That's pretty shit, to be honest. Let's make him a weaver, and this is going to be his main job from now on. And I will also make someone else into a soldier. For example, this diagnoser. I already have a chief medical dwarf and some other guy with medical skills, so both the leather worker and the diagnoser can go to the military. That means I have to set up their equipment, so replace clothing and make sure they actually use the maces. Right, so instead of the individual choice of weapon, I will tell them to use only maces. There's some more. The woodcrafter who is going to be a weaver. Gem setter. Furnace operator is okay. Ranger. Well, he can do some hunting. He's already an animal caretaker, animal trainer. He can also do some hunting. The furnace operator can stay just a furnace operator. The gem setter, he can do some wood burning. Well, he can do some gem cutting also. And his side hustle, he's going to be being a mechanic. So 3 soldiers. Would be nice to have like 2 more. There's a miner. I'm gonna keep him a miner, I think. Also bone carver, he's going to the military. Bone carving is not that necessary right now. Also, let's see if the miner has any military skill. No relevant. None of them have any. Well, there's one axe dwarf who is my weaponsmith, but I will need him as a weaponsmith. Also, wax worker. Yeah, you are going to become a recruit pretty soon. So the wax worker. There's also a metalsmith, but he can stay a metalsmith and operate a furnace. So I just need to assign to these 2 dwarfs an actual weapon I have, which is a mace. And I think there's 2 more. Metal crafter, metalsmith. So both the metal crafter and metalsmith will do some furnace work, because there's always a lot of them required. And yeah, he can do some metals crafting, he can do some metal smithing, and yeah, let's keep it that way. This should be fine. Another one who is a mechanic. Well, a mechanic. I will need a mechanic pretty soon. Even a dedicated mechanic, but I don't know. Well, let's take this crafts dwarf to the military. He is kind of useless outside of it at the moment, so let's give him a mace. Let's replace his clothing. The mechanic can stay a mechanic. He will load the traps once I get them, so he will be useful. That's it for now, or not. One more. Who is that? I've seen the number of dwarfs increasing. It will be easier to see in this menu because it always shows you the last, the newest dwarf on the very bottom of the list. So he was a woodcrafter without any relevant skill. So I'm giving him a mace, and this should be sufficient for now. Wait, there's still 2 more. This is a big migration wave. One is a milker, one is a farmer. So I guess the milker is irrelevant right now. So it's a farmer actually. So let's set up the equipment, shall we? And there's only 1 slot left in the military, in the squad, so pretty soon I will be done with setting up the equipment, and yeah, let's see if this is all. There's a fisher dwarf, but a fisher dwarf is going to actually be useful. Let's just give him a job of fish cleaning and dissection. Okay, there's 2 more still. So this is a giant migration, honestly. There's a trader, there is a woodworker. So the woodworker will go to the military, but I have something else in mind for the trader, and I was just talking about it minutes ago. So the trader is going to be my manager. Let's see if he has a novice organizer skill, so that's sufficient. He will increase that while he's working. And there's another gem setter. One of them, the one I just selected, is going for some herbalism and do some minor jobs like fish dissection and well, maybe weaving. Yeah. So we have to assign this manager to his office. So let's furnish it. A chair, a table, a bed, armor stand. Well, first let me see what exactly he needs. He just needs an office, so I don't even need armor stands at the moment and weapon racks, but it's nice having them just in case some more complicated noble arrives. Also, since I have a mechanic, I will need a workshop for him. Let's do that. Let's create a mechanic's workshop. It should be somewhat close to the finished goods stockpile, which is let me see, which is here. So if I place mechanic's workshop here under the weapons and ammunition stockpile, this should be close enough. Yeah, this should be close enough. So soon he will start producing mechanisms, and with mechanisms and cages I will be able to create first traps. So the dwarfs are naked but training. All they have at the moment is a silver mace, and that's it, not even close, because I replaced them. So the faster I create some steel, the better. So that's why I assigned the second wood burner to, well, wood burning furnace to start making me some charcoal, and this should be enough to start production of steel. Also, one of the dwarfs just got taken by moods. It will probably mean he will start a creation of an artifact. So here is where I place orders for my manager. Let's first create 20 beds, and then make then that's it for now, actually. So I can stop smelting gold and start making steel. unless they didn't create the pig iron yet, and maybe that's the case. So there should be more dwarves working right now with the steel, so and pig iron. So yeah, use another eradicator. I will make steel in the next episode, and that's enough for this one. So I will see you in the next one.